nothing else. While some are endlessly focused on which label to apply to a single portion of the President's EO, the 250,000 professional men and women I have the honor of leading instead focus on the serious work of how best to secure this nation. And we know that fully implementing the EO would clearly and substantially increase our ability to secure the nation from those who seek to do us harm. Since the President's EO was announced, we have seen a number of terrorist attacks in the West tied back to those countries of concern in some way, as well as clear signs that terrorist groups like ISIS continue to use refugee flows as a Trojan horse to deploy operatives to conduct attacks. Yet the injunctions currently tie our hands when it comes to guarding against threats from those locations or from deliberate attempts to infiltrate refugee flows. It is hard for me to imagine that in light of the current high danger levels that are indeed increasing, that any government entity would prohibit DHS from reviewing the screening of individuals from certain terror hotspots and from putting in place better vetting in high-risk locations. I can tell you right now, because of the court injunctions, for instance, I am not fully confident in our ability to prevent those who seek to do us harm from taking advantage of our generous immigration and visa system. Critics seem to only think about the temporary suspension of entry from those most problematic of countries, but let me provide a few examples of the kinds of things we cannot do because of these injunctions. We are prohibited from conducting a worldwide review to identify additional information we need from each country to better determine whether an immigration applicant from that country is a security or public safety threat. We are prohibited from going to any countries identified as lacking in this review and asking them to provide the necessary information to enhance our vetting and screening of their citizens. We are prohibited from reviewing the refugee admissions program to determine what additional procedures we should use to ensure that refugee applicants do not pose a threat to the security and welfare of the United States. Bottom line, I have been enjoined from doing things that I know would make America safer, and I anxiously await the courts to once again allow the executive branch to do its constitutional duty and protect Americans from all threats, foreign and domestic.